Do y'all want to make the cat stitch? This was requested by my daughter. It's really easy when you take it part by part. You're going to change color every third row. We're going to start with 2 rows of color A, and you're going to need at least 2 colors to make this work right. So we change color every third row. So there'll be change color here, 1, 2, 3, change color again. What we have here is 2 rows of just the shell stitch. Then we have shells and elongated clusters. Shells, elongated clusters. And every time you make a cluster of a short stitch, you make a cluster of a long stitch all the way across. There's only a 3-row repeat. But I probably made that sound a whole lot more complicated than it needed to be. So, if you're ready, I'll show you how the whole thing goes together. The stitch multiple for this pattern is any multiple of 5, but I suggest you go 25, 30 at least, just so you can see the overall pattern. I've chained 30. Yarn over, skip 3. 1, 2, 3, and into that 4th one, make a double crochet. And that chain up, those skip chains right there, that does count as a stitch. Yarn over, skip 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and into the 5th stitch, we are going to make a cluster that will consist of 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochet. And see how that foundation chain is starting to pull up a little bit? Don't let it do, make it mind, because it could tighten up to the point where some of your stitches would be hard to see or hard to find, and count is very important. So there's your first cluster. Yarn over, skip 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and into the 5th stitch, we will make another cluster. 2 doubles, chain 1, 2 doubles. Yarn over, skip 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go into the 5th stitch with another cluster. 2 doubles, chain 1, 2 doubles. Do you hear my yarn squeaking? Such a peaceful sound. Stretch that foundation back out. Make it behave. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make another cluster. 2 doubles, chain 1, 2 doubles. Now you should have the right amount of chains left. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, and into the 5th, make a double crochet. We did it right. And into the last stitch, make a double crochet. Got your 2 doubles at either end and clusters in between. That's it for the first row. Turn your work. Now here is one way you can get started on the next row. I call this, I guess everybody calls it, stacked singles. Go through that stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop. Yarn over, pull through 2. Catch the left leg of that stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through both. And that stacked singles that replaces that first double crochet, makes a nice tidy edge. double crochet right beside it. Now we are going to cluster in each of the chain 1 spaces of the previous row. 2 double crochet, chain 1, 2 double crochet. One more, 2 doubles, chain 1, 2 doubles. And just like the begin and end of every row, we are going to double crochet in each of the last 2 stitches or chains, however way your particular row is going to work out. Okay. That's what it should look like so far. Time to change colors. And you can use any method that you like to change colors. I just usually, I would leave it longer to have enough to weave in. But any way you want to change colors works. What works best for you is what you should use. Get out my second color. You should probably have at least 2 colors to work this particular pattern. All in one color, you won't be able to see the details of the kitty cats. So I'm going to turn it over and pick it up right where I began. Right where I left off is where I'm going to begin. Yarn over, through that first loop, holding that loop with your finger. That is called a standing double. I like to start my rows that way sometimes. Okay, here is the rows that you did before. We're going to drop all the way down here, just above that chain, and we're going to make some elongated clusters. Yarn over, pull up a loop. Yarn over, pull through 2. Do it again. Yarn over, go through that space, pull up a loop, give it a tug till it's the height of the other stitches. Yarn over, pull through 2. 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over and pull through everything. And as always, we're going to make clusters in the chain 1 spaces. Same clusters we've been doing. 2 doubles, chain 1, 2 doubles. Let's make one of those elongated clusters again. Go down 2 rows, pull up a stitch and give it a little tug. Yarn over, pull through 2. Do it again. Go through that space, give a little tug up. Yarn over, pull through 2. 3 loops on your hook, pull through all 3. Cluster in the next space. And it's easy to remember this repeat. The row that you change colors on is also the row that gets the dropped clusters or the elongated clusters. Let's do another one. Drop 2 rows down, pull up a loop, give it a tug, yarn over and pull through 2. Yarn over, go through that space again, pull it up, yarn over 2, yarn over 3. I know it takes a little bit for the kitty cats to show up, but they will. Gotta trust the process. You don't know how many times in my life I've heard that. Trust the process. Okay, more elongated cluster. Go down 2 rows, pull up a loop, give it a tug. Yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, pull through 3. cluster in the last chain 1 space. There we have the last space. We may have to squeeze this one in just a little bit, but we'll do it just the same as we did the others. And you should have 2 stitches left. We're going to double crochet in each of those. And of course it's going to get in knots and talk back to me. Doesn't this happen to everybody? Mercy damn. And isn't it always the prettiest, softest yarn that can sometimes give you the troubles? Okay, got that out of there. One more. Every beginning and ending of the rows is going to have just those 2 double crochets on the end. Starting to come together. Let's turn. Let me show you another way to begin the row. Pull up a nice generous loop. Hold it with your finger, yarn over, and go through that first stitch. Yarn over, pull up a loop. Work it off 2 by 2, just like any old double crochet. That is called a beginning double crochet. Keeps those edges nice and tidy. 2 double crochet just like we have been. Now we are going to cluster in each chain 1 space across. Nothing is hard about these repeats. Kitty cats is easy. Whoops, I say it's easy. Y'all go ahead, I'll follow you this time. I know it seems like you're skipping a lot, but it all just kind of happens to fall into place and all work together, and before you know it, you gotcha, kitty cat. You'll have it done before I do. Cluster in that last chain 1 space. Kind of work over the tails a little bit. Gonna do double crochets in the last stitches of that row. Does it look like that so far? You might have to push it down into place, but this also washes beautifully. After you wash it one time, you won't be bothered with putting it back in place. So this is my least favorite way to begin and end a row, or to begin the row. Just chain 3. Turn your work. You're going to have a space right there. That's okay. If you keep it consistent and use that same process every time, it will look like a design inclusion and not anything that's ugly, because it's consistent. It adds to the pattern. I like nice solid edges, but it goes to personal preference. Almost done with this row and this color. This is another row of just plain old clusters, all worked into the chain 1 spaces. Last cluster, double crochet in each of the last 2 stitches. So that's the end of that third row. Time to change colors. I'm going back to this kind of reddish brown that I started with. Slip knot on the hook. Any old way you make slip knots is slip knots. I'm going to do that standing double that I like so well. Let me back up a minute. Slip knot on the hook. Hold it down with your finger. Yarn over. Go through the stitch you want to start in. Pull up a loop. Complete it just as any other double crochet. That's a standing double. Now, as we mentioned before, in the first row of the color change, we're going to do those dropped clusters. Go down there, drop down 2 rows, pull up a loop, pull through 2. Do it again. And then we're going to make clusters in the chain 1 spaces. And after every cluster, we're going to do one of those drop clusters, but not too tight. Try not to bunch it up too tight, but you do want enough tension on it to show your pattern. Cluster in the chain 1. Elongated cluster, drop cluster, cat paws. That's what they are. They're cat paws. You hear my yarn squeaking. I love that sound. Another elongated cluster. Drop down 2 rows, yarn over, pull up a loop, draw through 2, draw through 3. One last cluster in this row. One more elongated cluster. And double crochet in the last 2. Okay, let's check out the anatomy of a kitty cat. Do you see his little, there's his paws and his body, it's like he's laying down. There's his chin and his ears, and look right there in the middle where the clusters come together. That's a little boopy snoot. So there you go. That's how you make the cat stitch. You might have to wiggle it around just a little bit. Get those ears nice and pointy. But there you go. And my daughter asked me to do this. So there you go, baby. Come see your mother. I miss you.